world. I am Terry Lucas,
I am Debbie Brown.
And I'm Tracy Mooney.
and we're going to do rapid fire questions tonight. Now, you would think I'd be completely prepared for this. However, I'm not. This is going to be on the fly. So, Tracy, I love your face. What's your favorite Christmas beverage or holiday beverage? Debbie,
Eggnog.
Tracy?
That's a good one. Um, does a hot toddy count?
Yes,
Okay.
I saw it on Instagram, so therefore it counts.
I do like an eggnog milkshake with a bit of
Ooh,
bourbon in it.
yes. That would be my favorite drink. Also, there was a period of time, body bay eggnog. Um, so now that we know everybody's favorite drinks, what's your favorite holiday dessert?
Chocolate cake.
Cookies. I think that's Debbie's answer no matter what time of year it is.
Every day is a holiday.
She's not wrong.
Oh,
Hmm. Mm-mm.
Consistency, I mean, it matters.
Does it?
Mhm.
Oh, I told my quilting students that on Saturday because they're like, what stitch length do I need to have? Doesn't matter, be consistent. They're like, what? Consistency. Debbie is consistent. Mhm.
mhm.
Tracy,
Cookies.
cookies, cinnamon rolls. I make really good ones. Shocking, right? Oh, it's all very exciting. Um, what was your favorite holiday gift that you've ever given? Oh, that's a big
Sewing
question.
related?
Well, we are quilters, so
Okay. I'm gonna say a quilt I made for my mother-in-law.
okay.
It took a little while to make, but it was an in the hoop quilt that Lisa Archer and I designed. Lisa Archer is with Pickle Pie Designs, and it was probably, I don't even know how many versions of that quilt I had made, but my mother-in-law had very specific requirements of it matching their living room, and I found the perfect fabric, and it is in the living room to this day.
Love mine.
Yes, Debbie.
Well, I'm going to say what I'm about to give. My sister is getting a quilt for Christmas. She's not a quilter, so she won't know about this. Um, I sent her pictures of something of recent quilts I was working on, and she was like, "Oh, I really like that one." I'm like, "Okay, sure." And that night, my husband came home and saw it hanging where I was photographing it, and he's like, "Ooh, I really like that one." And then my daughter saw it, and she's like, "Is that for me?" So now I have to make two more of them.
Oh no.
But my sister gets the original, and it was a non-Debbie quilt. It's a pattern I designed. It's one of my cutie patterns, but it was done in all solids, really deep, dark colors, and based off, and then offset with gray. And I did a wiggle bacon stitch with my walking foot, like
Mhm.
every inch in both directions, and it was just really therapeutic to make. So I loved it too. But now I get to make two more.
Yay.
So it's a good thing
Wow.
I like it. It was fun.
Yeah.
I liked the look of it. I liked making it. I liked quilting it. So that will be my favorite Christmas present I've given times three.
Well, I like how you're gonna like expand that. You're using solids. What solids are you using?
Yep.
Okay, got it. Understood.
I have a line of something from somewhere, from someone.
Doesn't matter.
Mhm.
Not all solids are created equal, though.
True. But these are lovely.
hmm Um,
Mhm.
what's your favorite maybe quilting or sewing related gift that you've ever received? I'll go first because I'm staring at it. Um, this really lovely quilter made me a 10 by 15, maybe 10 by 12. Um, and it's a little quilt. It's orange and it has purple binding. Shocking. And it says bubbly on it. Because I think at the time I was making a million bubbles across a quilt, and she's like, "Oh, you're very bubbly." So thank you, Debbie.
You're very welcome, Terry. The solids are from Benartex because I have a couple bolts over there.
Yay. Those are good solids.
Mhm.
Are they still making them? I don't know. Okay. Next.
I'm still thinking.
Well, I remember it's probably two Christmas. I think it was our first winter, second winter in this house, and I'd been wanting a new sewing machine. Um, so I got a new sewing machine, rationalizing it was Christmas present. It was a Janome 6600. We ended up racing home from Christmas Eve service because we ended up with like 3 feet of snow on Christmas Eve to Christmas Day. Like, get out of church and fly home so we could get up the mountain. And so Christmas Day, I remember building the table for my new sewing machine, and that was a lovely workhorse, and it's still working. Um, I switched to Handy Quilter Stitch home sewing machines
Mhm.
maybe 8 years ago. And so I just got rid of the machines I'd been using and loving. And someone is very much loving having a machine that replaced her 50-year-old machine. But that Janome 6600, wonderful machine. And it was a present from me to me.
You're the best gift giver.
Yeah, and we got to stay in our pajamas for a couple days until we dealt with the snow, and I got to sew right away. It was lovely.
Aw, how lovely is
It was a
that?
really thoughtful gift from a wonderful person.
Mm. Having received something from Debbie not once but twice, I can say that that is true. You are a great gift giver and a good person. Because I'm also looking at that other quilt, the
The
flower.
blue one.
Mhm. I said it's mine, and the next thing you know, it shows up in the mail, and now it's on my wall.
Mhm.
Hey, Tracy.
Well, the funny thing is, the first thought I had was a sewing machine, and then I remembered that I gave it to myself. And
So it counts.
oddly, it was a Janome 6600.
Was that a great machine?
Oh, I still have it. I still have it upstairs. It's a
It's,
great machine.
if I didn't work with if I wasn't affiliated with Handy Quilter, and the machines I have from Handy Quilter are lovely, but I would have had no reason to upgrade. I like wore paint off the buttons of that machine. It was lovely. So it was nothing against the machine that I moved over. And while I do love my new machines, I have no hard feelings toward my old one at all.
Hmm.
And it's being loved.
I understand that completely. But then I was thinking, okay, so I too have an orange and purple quilt that someone made for a magazine that I was working on, and then gifted the quilt to me afterward.
Who's that?
Oh, I wonder. That might be Terry Lucas.
Did I gift that to you?
You did.
Oh, so that's where that quilt went.
Reminders. You gave me reminders.
Oh, yes. I love that quilt. That was, I have to say, of all the quilts that I've designed for a magazine, that was my favorite. Because it really it kind of encapsulates so much about what it means to be a beginner.
Hmm.
You know, making that progression from simple blocks to much more complicated blocks and realizing that, it's just a stitch at a time. Hmm. Tracy, do you have any questions for us?
Ooh. Yes. Um, okay. If you were to make a gift for someone and maybe you only had a short period of time to turn the gift around, what would that quilty gift be?
Hmm.
Well, today I have made 3 library book pillows for my great niece and nephews. Um, and it is a cutie pattern that uses strips of fabric with a pocket in it. So it's a pillow that has a pocket in it to put your book in.
Oh, how
Oh.
clever.
Mhm.
I haven't seen that.
And I made 3 of them this afternoon. So
Oh, nice.
So they go together fairly quickly.
they
Like
do.
if
Mhm.
you need an emergency gift,
Mhm.
that's it.
And one cutie pack, which is 16 fat eighths, makes 3 of them.
Oh, even better. That's clever, Tracy.
It was my question. I go last.
Okay. What was the question again?
If you only had a short
Oh,
period of
oh,
time to
I
make a
know.
gift for someone and it was quilty, what would it be?
I would make another bang head hair quilt.
I have one of those.
Yes, you do. They are just so fun. Debbie actually has the first one that I ever made, and I was riffing on her bang head hair quilt, which had something to do with mm, a money crisis somewhere. But they're just fun to make, right? Because you have a brick wall, you have like bang head here, and the arrows pointing to the brick wall, and it's not as hard as a brick wall. So I would make another bang head here.
It's cathartic.
It it really is.
Um, I I made the first Bang Head Here quilt when I was applying to teach in Russia, and the paperwork was on the computer, but it wasn't working. And so, like, I'm calling the consulate in San Francisco, and they're like, "We don't know. You'll have to talk to people in Moscow." And like, English. And it was just days of frustration trying to get, who was the chief of every job you've ever had? I'm like, well, the mall burnt down in 1988. So I don't know. So it was just very frustrating. And I finally got everything to go, mailed off my passport for my visa to the FedEx, and I walked out and I'm still all jittery and from all of the stress. And I passed a newsstand and a Bloomsburg magazine cover said for Euro debt relief crisis, bang head here. And so I traced that to make the first one. I've made more. And then somebody stole my homework, copied off of me, um, and entered it in a show where people were reporting back to me that somebody stole my idea. And I'm like, wow, guess you didn't really read that artist statement, did ya?
No, because if they had, they would have known, like, I mentioned you by name in that statement.
I mean, and I took it from
Right,
Bloomsburg magazine,
right.
but
That
yeah.
that show was hilarious. Like that moment of the show was hilarious. I remember nothing else than that.
Mhm.
Mooney?
Okay. Um, I would probably make a gift bag to put like a bottle of wine or sparkling cider in and
Hmm.
bring that. Or Lori has this fabulous idea of making little pot holders and making it with like, where the hand goes into the little pot holder, put a recipe.
Oh, that could be fun.
Mhm.
That could be really fun. Okay. Debbie, do you have any questions?
Yes.
Woohoo!
Outside, it's multi-portion.
Okay.
Outside decorations for Christmas, yes or no?
Yes.
Um, Inflatable yard things, yes or no? And icicle lights, yes or no?
It's the only way I get icicles now.
True.
Yeah, true.
Do you like the icicle? So, do you care for the icicle lights?
I like the ones that actually have like the little lights that you can program to do the little pattern, but they have to be like the right color white.
Yeah, the blue is a little off-putting.
Yeah, a little bright.
Yeah. But outside decorations, yeah, Bob will probably do those um next weekend while I'm away. Um, so yes, absolutely. He'll put up whatever lights make his heart happy. And yeah.
And how about the yard inflatables?
I've never had them. Um, and sometimes I think they're cute. I think it's sad when people turn them off during the day, and then they're just all deflated on the lawn. It makes my heart sad.
Mm-hmm. I'm with you there. I'm really with you there. One final question before I kick you all out of here because Debbie has work to do and so does Tracy. Um, so do you like making handwritten notes that you send around this time of year? Debbie's like, oh.
I gave them up for Lent many years ago.
I have to agree with Debbie. I did give them out. And I do have friends who do them every year, and it makes me feel like super like, ugh. But I know that they love doing them, so
Mhm.
I try not
Her-
to feel
I had
guilty.
a friend who sent hers out on the day after Thanksgiving every year and would be very excited that she got a Christmas card to me before I got one to her. So I bought a pack of Christmas cards, and for 10 years, because there were 10 cards, I sent a Christmas card to her at a random time of the year so that I could be first. So she got a Christmas card in August or because I just don't have the energy for it. I was traveling 200 plus days a year, and it was just something I haven't done since I've been working. Um, but she got the same Christmas card for 10 years in a row because no one else needed one. And yeah, she might get it in February, which was ahead, not behind.
I love that so much.
Mhm. It's the only Christmas cards I send. So
Yeah.
if you don't get one from me, you're in really good company with the other however many billion people in the world that don't get one from me.
Oh, I got mine. I don't know when I'm gonna send them out, but I did get them. I have a couple of things to do, but they'll go out before December 25th. It's all good. So this is episode one of our holiday edition of this. I'm gonna grab the other gals at some point and interview them. The questions will probably be different. The answers will definitely be different because Lori and Michelle are very different. Tracy's probably still annoyed that I rooked her into this.
Totally took it.
So thank you all for joining us.
Recording. This is okay. This is how I normally look on a day where I'm just running errands. This is what you get.
See, you're beautiful.
You're sweet.
True. Have a good holiday and let us know what
Enjoy
you
the
do.
season.
Let us know what you do in the comments. And Debbie, you said,
Especially if you've got
I
some
said
good
enjoy the
ideas for quick
season.
gifts.
what's that? Tracy?
I said, I'm sorry. I said if especially if they've got tips for good quick gifts.
Yes.
Comment.
Yes. Quick gifts. Yeah, like to the grocery store and get a gift card. Anyway, thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next week on Quilters Rule the World.